Hey everybody, it's just Julie here in this video. I am out and about in Orlando, Florida looking for some fun things to do, and I found this place called Shingle Creek Regional Park. It has lots of hiking trails, and I've got my dog Abra with me. She's a 3-year-old Cavapoo, and we thought it would be a good chance to stretch our legs and get some fresh air and sunshine. Shingle Creek Park is open every day of the week from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. It's free to the public and has plenty of parking, covered picnic areas, a restroom, and lots of hiking trails. Let's go explore it. Oh, look at that. Still social distancing in the outdoors. The first structure you see here on the property is the Steffi Homestead. In 1883, Judson and his wife Mary Molly Steffi, along with their 3 children, moved from Kentucky to Florida because Molly was unhealthy and needed to live in a warmer climate. Shingle Creek was the place they chose to rest and allow her to recover. The Steffis built a home, planted citrus, and raised cattle and horses. Molly liked to fish in Shingle Creek. Both Molly and Judson were musicians and occasionally entertained the guests at the elegant Tropical Hotel in Kissimmee. I really would have liked to have seen the inside of this homestead, but it is locked and not currently open to the public. In 1889, when his crops were not productive enough, Judson left Shingle Creek and worked for 4 years in the freight office of the Georgia, Southern, and Florida Railroads located in Macon, Georgia. Molly became a teacher and taught for 30 years in schools all around the county, including Shingle Creek, Bassinger, and Peghorn Junction. Her work would often take her far from her family, and she could only come home on the weekends. She was 71 years old when she died in 1922. The Steffi children would marry into other pioneer families, including the Overstreet and Johnson families. In 1908, George Steffi married Ada Johnson, daughter of the famous boat captain Clay Johnson. George Steffi captained Clay Johnson's steamboat named the Rosetta, which operated until 1926 when a hurricane destroyed her. Steamboats were a major factor in the growth of this area's wealth, being used to ship essential groceries, cattle, clothing, feed, and other materials to smaller communities south of Kissimmee. We've already done a lot of walking and hiking today, but why not? There's a nice scenic natural Florida loop here at the Steffi Homestead, and twirl around and untangle the dog. We could always use some more sunshine and exercise. I am so happy about the weather. This morning it said it was supposed to be cloudy. What have we here? Logging equipment, such as the tools on display here, were powered by animals or by steam. Log haulers were used to move the timber from the woods to the mills. Once at the mills, sawmill workers used saws and planers to cut and finish the timber into a variety of sizes and finishes. I really don't get tired of sawmill equipment. It's such a big part of Florida history. I don't know what any of it is, or what it's supposed to be used for. Oh, that's a big sawgrass right there. Alright, trying not to get lost here. It looks like we've got a variety of choices of trails to choose from, though, like 4. The area that became known as Shingle Creek was a wilderness when the Yates brothers first settled here in 1850. After the American Civil War, George Bronson and his wife arrived, and then soon others followed thereafter. A community was growing, and sometime before 1882, it was named for the shingle sawmills nearby. The families, mostly farmers and cattlemen, lived along the creek that provided water, fish, and a waterway to Allendale, which became the town of Kissimmee in 1883. The area would eventually have amenities such as a ford crossing, a general store with the county's first post office, and a railroad depot. Oh, beautiful. Yep, it's January and we have big bugs. Come on, let's hike. By the 1890s, when this cabin here was constructed, the Shingle Creek community had about a dozen families living nearby. This cabin was likely used by the Steffi family for recreation. In later years, it was occupied by families such as the Degtoffs, who came here from Russia. The typical family had many challenges living in this rural wilderness. They had to build homes, raise livestock, grow food, hunt for meat, and deal with mosquitoes and other dangerous wildlife. What a nice wide trail we have here. Boardwalk. You like it, boo-boo? You like? Yeah. This is awesome. I bet Michael would love to come here and get his run on. The swamps here have a mixture of pines, cypress, and other trees that tolerate fluctuating levels of water. The settlers cleared acres of land for timber to build their homes and to create clear spaces for their citrus and cattle. Trees, especially the cypress trees that covered acres of swampland in Osceola County, were used in various ways to make their homes, churches, stores, and schools. Some logs were stripped bare of their bark and used as is, while others were taken to the mills to be cut into rough lumber. There used to be something built right there. I don't know if that was another bridge, boat dock or something, way over there. I don't even see how we could access it though. I just checked the weather. It is 74 degrees. It feels amazing out here. I'm just in a light long sleeve shirt. I had thought today was gonna be chillier because this morning, even though it said like high of 72, 73 degrees, it was supposed to be cloudy all day with maybe some chances of some showers, but it's been blue skies and sunny. Gorgeous. Yeah, there's a few clouds in the sky, but not enough to make it feel like cold and shady. The 74 is like perfect. I believe this is 192 we are going under. Not gonna lie, this is a little bit spooky. But it said in 1/10 of a mile there was a museum of some sort, so I'm gonna do it. Okay, bummer. This is the museum, but no pets are allowed, so I can't go in there with little Boo, but it's okay. We're still getting our walk on. I have no idea how many miles we have walked at this point, and we're having a really good time getting some sun and some UV in January, so we're gonna keep moving. This is an awesome bike path that just seems to keep going on and on and on. I have seen so many people out on their bikes today. It looks awesome. That it just goes like a greenway trail. It just goes right through this little historical landmark. So really wish we had our bikes here with us. All right, now we're gonna try the original fork in the trail going the other way, away from the kayak landing. Come on, Amber, come on. This is the caretaker's house, and it was built in 1920 as a single-room cabin. Over the years, additions were created out of materials left over from the other construction projects taking place at the Steffi homestead. At least 5 different board types and widths have been identified, including local picky cypress and pine. Henry Haynes, one of Shingle Creek's first minority residents, lived here for a time in the caretaker's house. Cypress trees were valued because of their rot and insect-resistant characteristics. They grow slowly, taking several hundred years before one tree reaches 2 feet in diameter. Cypress and cedar were used to make roof shingles, hence the name Shingle Creek. Cypress lumber is also highly desirable for materials used to build ships, decks, paneling, water pipes, water tanks, poles, and fence posts. Lumber operations were very profitable, and the companies invested in their businesses by clearing wagon trails, laying railroad track spurs from sawmills to main lines, digging canals, building bridges, and establishing sawmill towns. Some of these features would later define infrastructure of new roads and superhighways of the 20th century. The logging railway spur established by the Florida Midland Railway would later be paved for automobiles. The first bridge to cross Shingle Creek was built for the Florida Midland Railway. Its Shingle Creek Depot was less than half a mile northwest from this location. This short line was a narrow-gauge railroad used mainly for logging operations. It hauled logs from remote logging camps to the sawmills. The train also carried passengers, produce, cattle, and other freight. Rail transportation, along with steamboats, were key to Osceola County's development. Come on, up, 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 up. Come on, up, up. Yeah. Well, this has been super fun. We have been out here walking on these trails and boardwalks for, I don't know, maybe about an hour now. Abra is getting tired and hot. She got a little Abra tongue hanging out. So I'm going to take her back to the truck and get her some water and figure out where we're going to go next. I think it's another vlogger. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video I made on the Shingle Creek Regional Park. Abra and I had a whole lot of fun today, and I will see you another day in another adventure. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Oh, boo-boo. She is so tired. We have hiked so much today. She's gotten so much outdoors, and she is beat.